What's going on, people? It's your man, the White Bee, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy Paul Clayton for coming through and boosting up the coin. So, I'm going to play a video in a minute. You'll see here, let me make sure the screen's super small. Super duper 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 small. I ain't trying to get caught slipping again on the net once. Hopefully the algos can't peep this one 100%. But you should be able to hear the audio. Obviously, you ain't going to be able to see a lick. Anyway, the reason I've delayed it is because Fury swears, and apparently YouTube has some sort of policy where, if you swear in the first 10 seconds, it's a bit of a madness, so I'm waffling on. Anyway, let's get to it then. Here we go.
Who the fuck are you? Right. Who's he? Where have you called him from? Shut up, sausage!
So, you saw that Tyson Fury Godin sausage Oleksandr Usyk. Now, I think it's important to note that this video took place on November 16th. The relevance of that is this was 2-3 weeks, 2.5 weeks after Fury got his head boxed off, half knocked out by Francis Promethean engineer Ngannou. Meaning that he doesn't seem to be phased too much. And that is something you have to credit Fury for. Fury gets put down. You've never seen him out of a fight in that sense. You've never seen him broken. I wasn't sure what would happen, truth be known. Like, you're meant to be the best boxer of all time. You go in there, you lose. I mean, Fury even knew he lost in the post-fight press conference. Sorry, the post-fight interview. He's like, I'm glad, I'm happy to get the decision, and he knew he lost. If he knew he won, he'd be saying, "What are you talking about? Happy to get the decision." I smoked, dude. He knew he lost the fight. That said, it hasn't changed his demeanour out of the ring, in that sense. For example, AJ's momentum was building, right? In 2019, he was starting to come out of his shell. We had the whole Jarrell Miller situation, and AJ was talking about being the landlord. I'm the landlord of New York, and I'm going to pay your mum's rent, and all kind of madness. He was starting to find his feet, find his confidence. And then Jarrell Miller popped, and then obviously the rest is history. Mr. Blobby, aka Andy Ruiz, came in and smoked on dude, and it ended up being one of them for him. That said, Fury can, I guess you could say, well, Fury hasn't lost, has he? Maybe that's the breaking factor, once you've lost your actual O. But I'm trying to think, did AJ... No, AJ kept his head. He had a close fight against, I'm trying to think, no, did he? I don't know what I'm trying to get at here. But for all intents and purposes, Fury seemed half serious. When we'll know for sure if Fury's serious? Come February. That's the day everyone's been talking about. If that gets put back, which is my expectation, it's not a good look. However, we know, like I said before, he's got a massive family, 20 man deep. So I don't really expect him. I mean, he just fought in October as well. That's what I said at the time. Everyone was saying, it's the Usyk's fight's going to get made in February. I said, listen, this guy hasn't fought, what is it? So November, December, January. So 3 months, 3.5 months, never. Even the best in the game, even Canelo at his peak was only doing it every 4 months. And Canelo's someone who's serious. And even then, Canelo wasn't really fighting. Canelo would fight like 2 big fights a year, and then the third one would be a filler. Canelo weren't going into a big fight on the back of a big fight 4 months later. I've never seen him do that. If I'm wrong, let me know the history. So there's no way you can forget about February. And I don't even necessarily, I'm not going to hold it against Fury. For example, I may have said in the past, Fury's scared of Usyk and he's delaying it. Now I just think it's a smart play for Fury. As long as the fight happens by April. Okay, get Christmas out of the way. January 1st, you've got 12, 16 weeks. The fight needs to happen before April 28th. If we don't get a date before April 28th, it ain't happening. The worst thing Fury can do is play games in as much as make a date for February and then pull out. Although I do have to say, I'm trying to think, how many times has Fury fought in Saudi? He fought in Ngannou? No, he hasn't fought Wilder again, but I think the Saudis do things a bit different in as much as I'm not sure it's as easy. I'm just speculating here, but I'm not sure it's as easy to play around with the Saudis. In as much as, they do a lot of background work. I guess you could say Top Rank do as well, putting on shows at MSG or whatever. But I don't know. I get the feeling there's a lot more respect in general, because the Saudis are putting up big money, I get the feeling there's a lot. I mean, have you heard of, I know there hasn't been loads of fights, but every single fight that's happened in Saudi has happened. I haven't heard of it being rescheduled or whatever else. People seem to show up. I think the reason there's more respect is they know, if I want this Saudi bag to continue, I can't be playing games with people, right? It's one thing messing around MSG or whatever, but they're just an organisation. They're trying to make money like everyone else. The Saudis are paying 3-4 times over the odds. It's a big kick in the face if you're messing around. And that's why I actually think the date hasn't been confirmed. I think Fury does have respect for the coin, for the over the odds coin, and he's playing his position. You know what, I don't really want to fight him in February, so I'm going to string it out until January and then post up an April date. That's what I expect. They'll hang around till January, mid-January it will come out, April. If it's in February, I'll eat my hat, and I'll seriously give Fury a lot of credit for that, assuming it happens. You know what, scrap it, scrap that, I'm calling it now. If the fight's scheduled in February, it doesn't happen in February, for sure. And it won't be Usyk's side, it'll be Fury's side. Some magical thing will happen and it won't be on. But yeah, Fury's still giving it large. The largest thing he can do right now is fight Usyk in February. I'm going to do something that's unprecedented. Even historically speaking, again, I'm not a historian, but I don't remember. Because, yeah, the Ngannou fight wasn't supposed to be a big fight, but it ended up being one. Fury ended up losing. So to go, throughout history, how many people, have lost a fight in a big fight and then came back to fight another big fight, arguably even harder, 3 months later? Never been done before. So if Fury does that, then I'll give him full credit. And that'll tell me that he really doesn't rate Usyk. But I don't think he's that silly. Especially not after the Ngannou fight. There's no way he's buzzing off that. There's no way he's thinking, I mean, Fury didn't want to fight last year. Fury wasn't that keen for it last year, right? When he was still on top and he was the big puncher. Now it's one of two things. Either Fury's seriously mentally strong as far as his belief in himself, or he's going to pull out and need more time. If Fury really doesn't count the Ngannou fight as a big L, which it should be. You're boxing a man, Ngannou's good, but Ngannou's old, never boxed before, and you lost the fight. So if Fury accepts in February, he's a hard man. If he doesn't, then he's obviously got questions. But then again, Fury's had questions before. Fury had questions before the Wilder fight, the Wilder 3 fight. Was it Wilder 3 or Wilder 2? Fury and Wilder fought first. No, it was Wilder 2. That took like 18 months to take place. Fury was pulling out. Fury was trying to go to court, not to fight Wilder. Or was it Wilder 3? Either way, Wilder 2 or Wilder 3, one of them ones took 18 months to play out. Fury went to court trying not to fight Wilder. And yet he went in there when the bell went and handled business. So you can't really read too much into this guy. All we can do is get a date. One thing for sure, if we get a date in stone, the fight will happen. Fury won't pull out of something that's signed and then not fight the guy. Fury's either not going to give a date at all, or give a date and then do it later. Anyway, interesting times. Let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, and lick off the bell 100%, no doubt.